Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Charger Bulletin News. I'm Mitsuki Garvey-Sanchez.
And I'm Nicole Rivera, and here are this week's top stories. The International Student Association hosted their annual iFest on Saturday, April 4th in North Campus Gym. Karina Rodriguez was there to tell us more.
It was an evening filled with culture at the International Students Association's 39th Annual International Festival. The event is an opportunity for international students to celebrate their culture while also teaching domestic students about their homeland.
Nubian has a large population of international students, so as much as they become accustomed to the customs that we have here, we want to make them feel actually appreciated, and that we celebrate their different holidays that they celebrate and the food that they have and the cultures that they come from.
There were 12 countries represented at this year's festival, including China, Russia, Venezuela, and Jamaica. Students and faculty decorated each table with a flag, pictures, objects, and foods that represent the culture.
I love the food because being here away from home, we don't get to eat Indian food as much, so I enjoyed that very much. I enjoyed having food from other countries. I'm waiting to see the dance performances and then cheer for my team. So it's just wonderful.
Entertainment ranged from traditional African and Indian dances to a performance by the university's a cappella group, Fully Charged.
Well, most importantly, I think it sends a message of diversity and inclusion. And many a times, international students come to a different land not knowing how to balance. So giving this kind of performances or this kind of events makes it, a lot less painful. It's like, you're welcome here and you could also have fun here. You could feel home here. So I think it's pretty important just to help us also know that we're not so far from home.
For the Charger Bulletin News, I'm Karina Rodriguez.
The past few weeks saw a housing nightmare as students were kicked out of the system and in some cases kicked out of housing. After the online system crashed on March 29th, those who had not registered yet were given new time slots to do so. And some students who had already registered were kicked out of their assignment and now have nowhere to stay. This has caused controversy among many students who, upon committing to the university, were told they were guaranteed 4 years of housing. This started with the now rising seniors who came to the university in fall 2016. But, according to Nicole McGrath, the Associate Dean of Residential Life, in order to qualify, students have to be continuously living on campus and meet selection eligibility requirements to have the opportunity. For more information, check out our article on thechargerbulletin.com.
On April 10th, the Campus Climate Coalition hosted the 4th Annual Upstander Walk. According to an email from Director of Operations Jennifer Fazikis, the purpose of the walk is to convey the community's commitment to diversity and inclusion.
What that tells me is that, just as any other college or university, we're always going to have our struggles, but this tells us that our community actually does care about the diversity that can be found here. Just like any family, we will have bumps in the road, but just look around you. Every single person around you is somebody that you can go to, that you can depend on, that you can count on, and you probably didn't even know that until today. But guess what? This is family. This is a beautiful community, and I'm very happy to be a part of it. So again, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
The walk started at 2:30 in Maxi Quad and ended in Bixler Gerber Quad. The hour-long event was topped off with refreshments at the Myatt Center for Diversity and Inclusion. It was a full week in news and a great week in sports. Ethan, how did the Chargers do?
It was a great week in athletics, capped off with last night. Our teams went 3-0. Let's get to the highlights. Softball finished the week 3-2, capping it off with an impressive come-from-behind win last night. The Chargers took to the New Haven softball field for a makeup game with St. Rose and took down the Golden Knights 5-4. The Chargers were down 4-1 heading into the bottom of the fifth before a huge two-out rally to bring the teams even at 4 going into the sixth. It was in that bottom of the sixth inning where senior Matty DeRoja sent a base hit over the second baseman that plated the winning run for New Haven as they took the season series over the Golden Knights 2-1. Next up, the Chargers will head to Pace this afternoon where they'll conclude a game from April 3rd with the teams tied at 3 heading into the ninth inning. They will then play the third and final game of the season series against the Setters. First pitch is set for 3 p.m. Women's lacrosse earned a pair of wins this week over American International Saturday, 17-5, and last night at Southern New Hampshire, 12-5. Senior Mackenzie Ray scored 10 goals in the pair of games, while senior netminder Gianna Guerra saved 22 shots, earning her NE10 Goalkeeper of the Week. The next matchup for the Chargers will come this Saturday when the team returns home to host St. Michael's, with first draw set for 1 p.m. And baseball also ended the week at 3-2 as the Bats finally came alive for the Chargers, who scored 35 runs over the last 5 games, leading them to last night's 7-1 victory over Pace. The team put up an impressive 14 hits on the day, behind a solid start on the mound by sophomore Isaiah Mestry, who gave up just 3 hits in 7 innings of work, as the Chargers improved to 5-4 in conference play. Next up, the Chargers will head back up to Massachusetts this weekend for a trio of games against American International, with first pitch in Saturday's doubleheader set for 12 p.m. and Sunday's single game set for just after 1. Nicole Mitsuki, it was certainly an impressive week for our Chargers. Let's hope they can keep it up.
Yep, they did a really good job this week. Well, that concludes our show for this week. Be sure to check out newsstands across campus for our latest edition of the Charger Bulletin.
As always, be sure to tune into the Charge Up on Monday for updates on Charger sports over the weekend. I'm Ethan Cardona.
I'm Mitsuki Garvey Sanchez.
And I'm Nicole, and we'll see you next week.